Okie dokie. Evening Bacon, evening Verton. That is an enthusiastic first. While I would give it the usual kind of like deep-chested little fire is snoozing behind me. So you'll have to imagine that I gave it a full-throated first. Caffeine, what and welcome. However, that does count, so I will be adding it. And Caffeine, how you holding up, friend? Anyway, come on in, friends, come on in. Nice. Are you still on your first campaign? Because if so, well done. I mean, I don't want to say too much, because obviously I don't want to, you know, accidentally spoil a cool thing, but dang. Sorry. Dustin, I told you yesterday, you don't have any pets I can bribe to sabotage your attempts to be first, so I've got to be that chaotic now. God, why is my forearm itchy? Yeah, Dustin, I know you're joking, friend. Little Fire has had a very hard day. It's not my story to tell. I'm just doing my best to be support team. So yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, there's nothing to be telling. Just don't. You know, if you see them, be your usual lovely selves, but don't spam them with DMs. I did make an executive decision. I spent a little bit of cash this evening, and I got us some chicken katsu curry takeaway with miso and edamame. Because, you know, you can't fight the world's problems on an empty stomach. So, though I am kicking myself for forgetting creamer at the store. Yeah, no, Dustin, we've got a sushi place not too far from us. And the irony being, I've never had their sushi. I've only had their chicken katsu and their teriyaki and their... Oh, they do a good karage, the popcorn chicken. So I don't really have much to tell since last I saw you all. Well, I guess I do a little. Oh yeah, but Dustin, I mean, like... Even with, like, the bestest, most trained homies, you know... Like, you've done bongos. I haven't even been to bongos yet. I tried to go 3 times. One time it was closed. One time one of our team had forgotten their ID. And the other time it was also closed. I know. The only things of interest I have done since I last saw you was, because it was supposed to be blueprints today, so I started reading Strange Houses, which is an architect horror book. I'm going to level with you all. Not the smartest thing to read in a flat before you go to bed. I'm just going to level with you. I could have picked a better book, but I did that thing where I got in the tub, and I was like, I'm just going to read my book for a little bit, and then I've been in the bath for like an hour and a half. Like a pruny swamp monster. Yeti, Watto, and welcome. Hang on, let me let everybody know. Quasi, that's a fascinating philosophical question. Does it remain a rhythm game if it's going so fast it is no longer about rhythm? Oh, and Lance, thank you kindly. I figured you'd be all about the HDQ this week. But seriously appreciated. Like I said, it's not my story to tell. And I'm doing my best to be, little fire support team. Numbers. You don't know that. You don't know that. It's the rental corporations trying to keep you from knowing that your house is actually delicious. It's a big conspiracy. Was Floydo streaming? Oh no, hang on. Shush you. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Get on him. I wonder if Floydo's beaten Slam Dunk McGunk yet. And yes, Numbers, everything's edible, at least once. Exactly, Fearless. We're just taking chewing the scenery to a whole new level. Vernon, if you choose to write a book, that should be the opening line. I don't even care what it is. And that's why I filled my walls with cotton candy instead of fiberglass. In other news, I have so many ants. Dustin says, dip the drywall in cheap champagne. Takes away the dryness and bitterness out of the equation. Yes. Or try an early spray and baste. Or Zena, good evening to you. So yeah. Friends, Blueprints is still on the menu, alright? It's not happening tonight, but mainly because there are loads of folks, especially in the EU time zone, who want to be there for the start of it. And I don't want to, I don't want to kick it off at, 7:30 at night, and they're showing up in the morning and being like, Oi! Oi, where's my Blueprints? I can't believe you've done this!
We've taken all the red out of Purple Rain and now we're just left with the artist formerly known as Blueprints.
Okay, that was very, very good, Akari, and thank you for the bits. And yeah, Yeti, I'll give you a shout out from Vodland. Go get some sleep, all right? Air Dragon, I'm not sorry. I don't know if I don't know if I was the person who told you about Vital Shell, but it's got the spark. I actually saw it popping up on some of my gaming news feeds when I checked it a little bit ago, and I'm really happy because this is the first commercial product of that creator, and that's feckin' yo. Fearless, right? So yeah, I hope you're all doing splendid. Or, I mean, shit, as well as any of us can be. I'm gonna take one of the games I wanted to show you yesterday that I didn't play because I also got super addicted to playing Vital Shell. And then after that, who knows? The two things I have done since last I saw you was I started reading my book, Strange Houses, which was very good. Well, it is very good, but I chewed through like half a book in a night. The other was the new season of Arena Breakout has begun. And I was simultaneously very, very good and very, very terrible at it yesterday. With my first match, I got handed a bunch of very new players. One very expensive, one player who'd spent a lot of money on it, who died by standing still and doing nothing. And I basically had to babysit these two new players. You know that noise that Baby Mario makes if you leave him somewhere? I felt like I heard that multiple times. Oh, Orzine, that's way cool. I should say, Orzine, I can't say I recommend TikTok as a place to spend time, but I did find a Windows 95 channel, and it's just 30-second clips of old Windows 95 games running on a classic, like Intel beige box, big chunky monitor and all. And it made me think of you. So, if you ever think about getting into the content making game, that's the thing. And the wild thing is, they just the person playing it just has a chest camera here, so you get to see the monitor, the setup, and the hands. Like, I can't imagine it would be good for more than just like ambient showing of it. But to the John Deere enjoyer, a good evening. Oh, Air Dragon, that's way cool. I have a functioning BBC computer, or had a functioning BBC computer back in the day. I had considered trying to do show you all like a playthrough of Granny's Garden, but the original hardware admits this incredibly obnoxious high-pitched noise that would probably run havoc on anyone who has like tinnitus or anything. Weird as a kid, the things you don't notice. Scotty, a good evening. Yes. Coil wine, that's it. Though I will say, after we played Routine, I do miss the degaussing noise. If you waited long enough for the static to build up and you'd hit it and it would go boom. Ah. Maybe advances in monitor technology have been secretly led by cats, so that they don't get static zapped by the crackles. Like, you used to be able to run your hand across the old CRT monitors and you could feel the static. God. I'm actually one of those people who hates, like, electric shocks. But that was from... That's when I was a kid. Someone telling me that the electric fence was on, and I went, no, it's not. And I tapped it with my hand, and it didn't shock me. So I grabbed it with two hands because I was going to jump over it. For those of you who don't know, outside of like poorly strung together setups, and ones designed to keep velociraptors in check, most electric fences don't run a current throughout them. They run them in ticks. At least the ones you find on farms and the ilk. So you can tap it, and if you tap it at the right time, you won't get hit. But if you grab it, it will zap you. And ever since then, I've really hated electric shocks. Because your hand still tenses up, so you get hit again. Legend? Ooh, still makes me feel scribbly thinking about it. Huh. I mean, Phyllis, I've heard some folks like are totally okay with getting zapped. Okay, the worst I shocked myself was with a 9-volt battery. And, I don't know what the state of dollar store toys are these days. But as a stocking filler one year, I got like a little monster truck, and you'd turn it on and it would drive forward. And it had a teeny weeny little battery in it. And I thought, I've been learning about electrics in science class. What if I put a 9-volt on the top, took out the teeny battery, and attached the big battery? It worked, and it stopped working, obviously because the motor had melted when I picked it up. Oh, and the time I took apart a disposable camera, because I wanted to take the film out of it, and forgot that the bulb battery in there is very active. That one cracked me something good. Scotty says they don't kick as hard as the tube on an old CRT flyback. Avoid that one, kiddos. A different time. Yes, the homemade taser. Bacon, I haven't. I've known folks who have, but that used to be one of the things of like growing up rural. You can pee anywhere, but you have to be careful where you pee, because not every electric fence is visible. You know, if it's overgrown by bushes and things like that, yeah. Those of you whose downstairs mix-up is an outward-facing cannon can only imagine the zap going straight up, because it doesn't stop where you think it'll stop. Yeah, Ozine. I love that whole aesthetic. I really do appreciate with Dark Tide how they lent into that kind of like, you know, 80s gothic technology stuff. I mean, for it, if you want to workshop it, I happen to know a few joke slingers and punsmiths quite personally. How are you doing, friend? To quote Air Dragon, I've been tased 2 times. It's fun, really fun. Don't do it. Oh, for it. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. You know, we're all in the shit together. Though I have to admit, as I said, like, Little Fire's going through the shit at the moment, and I am playing support mode. I let out a laugh far louder than I should have, because I was listening to my headphones. Because I had to get some food supplies for the nuggies and for us at the store. And, you know, I was thinking about the world and everything that's happening with, you know, the person closest to me and everything that's happening all at once. And my brain went kind of whinging a bit. That's not very Red vs. Blue Season 2 of you, buddy. And I don't know why. It just hit me at the right moment. Like, what would Sarge do in this situation? Call it a puma. Hey, Griff. What's that Mexican goat-eating thing? Chupacabra? Yeah, chupacabra thingy. My name is Michael J. Caboose, and I hate taxes. Okay, so Air Dragon was saying, so once it's an order to have one of the owner mates get tased once to know what we were doing, desperate for a job, understandable. The second was at the airport, TSA agent dropped it, it fired, you got hit. Oh, that's bad times, friend. Oh, Scotty, that's bad. Whoa. So yes, dear friends, we are not starting Blueprints tonight. As I said, it would be really unfair of the folks who were like looking forward to it, especially considering I was supposed to be starting much earlier, like almost 8 hours ago. So we're gonna hit one of the games that I wanted to share with you all yesterday, which is Drywall Eating Simulator. I am very happy to share this with you. I am going to put this into the Weird Indie Wednesday playlist, even though it's Thursday night, and don't even worry about it. We'll probably get started about like 10 or 15 minutes, so yeah, what have you all been playing? One of the YouTube channels that I watch called EXP, run by individual.
Had some rotten mutton the other day. It was barred to the bone.
Back to the bone. I heard that joke the first time from the British television show The Rotten Trolls, which you've probably never heard of, but if you had, you'd know Jim Jam Your Heart. God. Regional telly. Oh, what a gem. The Rotten Trolls was a quasi-Muppet show about a bunch of trolls who lived in the, the Yorkshire Dales? Like, hidden up in the hills from all people. However, a couple of local kids accidentally speak the magic words that allow them to communicate with the Rotten Trolls or what have you. It was batshit insane. There was a sheep called Commander Harris, who was like a territorial army attack sheep, but he'd learnt the ancient mystical art of Jim Jam Your Heart, the ability to hit an opponent without touching them. At this point, I'm just... If you didn't grow up in the UK roughly the same time as me, you'd think I was just making shit up. Roger and the Rotten Trolls, that was it. It's only on YouTube. Not that I'd be able to show you, I'd probably get copywritten to. No, the official BBC Studios. Oh my god. Okay, I'll just have to show you with the audio turned off. The official BBC Studios has introducing Commander Harris, light infantry mascot. Here's a sheep Muppet commando. This isn't a skit show. This is a scene from a children's television show. He was awarded a medal for bravery by eating an electric wire so as to make for landing lights. Orzine has mainly played Vampire Survivors. Yeah. There's so much of the content I haven't done, and since stuff like the Contra stuff started getting really good, I don't want to use my super character to just win. Oh my god, he was part of a combat sheep unit? Oh, at some point, you know what, at some point, friends, I'm getting drunk. Those of you that in Bune are joining me, and I'm going to show you Roger and the Rotten Trolls. It will not be a sober night. Aussie's been locking stuff from Operation Gun after they did Balatro and Ode to Castlevania stuff. Yeah. Oh no, he can talk. He has a full fancy, not quite. He's got the archetypal, you know. Trying to think of an example. You know what? I don't have a good comparison. All the movies I'm trying to think of are like, you know, like the Flying Geese. It's a very specific kind of voice. It's the archetypal old-timey British commander. If you've ever seen a Monty Python skit involving the British Army, it's literally that.
Drunken late night. Maybe some oddball British telly, just as long as you play Ya Ding Dong.
God, I worry about another Ya Ding Dong off. I think people could die. I came to realize during Ya Ding Dong that some of you have a similar methodology to known as the Gattaca method. Now, this is usually applied by me in drinking, which is why I'm not allowed to drinking contests anymore. And it is quite simple. Taken from the movie Gattaca, Save nothing from the journey home. Some hangovers. But Bacon, thank you for the bits. And caffeine, it's not either, right? Like, it's not like The Legend of Chun-Li where it's going to hurt you. And it's not like Wing Commander where it's so cheesy that it's an oddball. Roger and the Rotten Trolls is just something else. Exactly, Numbers. Exactly. I shall win or I shall fall. And I'll be honest with you, that is not a healthy methodology for a drinking contest. I often think about that scene from Indiana Jones where they're doing shots, and I'm just like, if you count the glasses... Yes. And that was between me, Craig, and... Maddie Lightfoot, who was working on DayZ at the time. And they made us take our hands off the ice because they were worried that we were going to do ourselves a permanent damage and then sue. Oh, please. Sturdy. Like I didn't tell every one of my, as Little Fire called it, crime stories on our first date. In fairness, that night was also a very drunken night. There we go, caffeine. Clean sailing all the way. It's all about them catapults. Oh yeah, no, but Scotty, if you look at Indiana Jones, those aren't British 25ml shots. Those are like the American, you know, as you will. Look, legend, I'll say this. Little Fire voluntarily drank Underberg to hang out with me. That is a compliment that only some of you will understand. But yeah, so as we're saying, since last I have seen you all, I made fried spam sliders. I read half a book, which was the Strange Houses, which is not... Okay, and I promise I wasn't doing this on purpose. It's not another House of Leaves. It's its own... It's an architectural horror novel. And it even uses, like, architectural plans to explain what's happening. It's really good. But I accidentally read half of it. And that was mostly while Arena Breakout was updating last night. I jumped in. I played very well. And then I played very poorly. Oh, so Scotty, Underberg is very popular out... I don't know if it's popular across the US, but it's popular in Seattle. And they're supposed to be digestifs. You know, a little kind of like a bitter... It's not sweet gross like Jägermeister. And it's not quite a licoricey, it's another thing, but in the same vein. And you'll sometimes see him on like a bandolier behind the bar. The trick is you either put a straw in it, so you can do it in a shot, or you pour it all under your tongue, and then swallow it all at once. If you try and drink it, you pour a few dabs from it, and then you have to keep shaking it, or just like put it down and keep going. Jaeger is an acquired taste. It is. Neither Red Bull nor Jägermeister are flavors that come from nature, which is probably why Jaeger bombs are so good. But, God, I used to drink some heinous stuff. Those of you who are new here, God. So, I wasn't always a heavyweight drinker. I was actually quite a lightweight during my totally legal drinking years.
Working on some seared crab that I'm going to serve on toasted bread with some cream cheese. After all, we all know your love of pan-seared rangoon.
I have to say thank you because of the 500 bits part of this, but I'm going to glare at you across the internet. Thank you for the 500. Fucking carrier. You telling me a crab ran this goon? Hey, Chaunerus, a good evening to you. Care for a spot of drywall? Yeah, Virtually, it's an aniseed flavour with Underberg, but it's not aniseed in... It's a more bitter, less kind of... at least for me. But yeah, back when I was a young bum, God, I got taught how to drink by a very large gentleman called Pete, once referred to as an alcohol elemental. Not an alcoholic, that's a very different thing. And one of our party drinks when we used to go down the pit was it was a Polish bar in Hounslow that would get turned into a metal club on a Saturday night. Yeah, it was good. It's like our little spiritual home. And one of our party drinks was called the Rat. Red Bull Amaretto Tequila. So a shot of Amaretto, shot of tequila, in one of those like thin kind of tall glasses. Red Bull. Drop the shots in, chug the whole thing. If you let it settle, that's death. It's easy to get a taste for Jaeger. You either need to be 21 and dumb, or 22 and you didn't learn. Yeah. And Jägermeister, it's not like tequila that it signals chaos. It's not like whiskey, which it can signal bad times. It's just that when you're in the mindset where Jaeger bombs seem like a good idea, chaos has already taken root in your heart. Dustin, so basically, Amaretto is a very heavy alcohol, and it's usually, some people use it in cooking, some people use it in some people will use it in fancy cocktails. It has a very unique flavor. But if it settles, it will settle to the bottom and basically kind of compress the tequila, for lack of a better term. So then you get most of a glass of Red Bull and then 2 shots back to back that are not friends. Ooh. Virtue says, they're always in the mindset for Jaeger, but channel it into espresso martinis. Ooh. Yes, indeed. When the idea of a shot of Fireball seems like a good idea, one must take stock of one's sanity. I will say, however, and Sadlin loves to point out that you can do it with a better cinnamon whiskey. A cinnamon whiskey added to like a nice dry apple cider. Oh, oh. Yeah. Vershi, I have been up to Oliver Twist once, and God, their cocktails were good. But at this point, if I'm going to spend cocktail money, which I have not done in quite some time, but I'm going to Ruby, because it's independent, and it's named after a dog. Hey, Fred. Sorry if I didn't say hi. I did. I'm going to be eating some drywall in a second. Oh, this is Croc? God, some of the PlayStation titles had incredible music. Oh, Virtue, like 1,000%. 1,000%. Dark Room's fine, but that's like if you want a traditional standard cocktail with a little bit of pizzazz. Ruby's like, I have never had anything like this, and I'm having a great time. we used to have a place in Horsham called the Dead Parrot, which was very similar in that it was a bartender-owned bar, and their whole thing was kind of cocktails as spectacle, which I always really appreciate. They did a thing called the English Country Picnic, which was a cucumber gin and tonic served in a Wellington boot cup, but it came with a tiny picnic blanket and tiny sandwiches. God, I'm trying to remember the rest of. Oh, and the boot came with a little balloon. The balloon had a bit of helium in it, which had been spritzed with absinthe, so you could inhale this like absinthe vapor helium. Was that good for me? Probably fucking not. Was it funny and interesting? Yes. Scotty says, last time I went out for cocktails, got caught stealing strawberries off the counter. The Fuzzy Duck in Portsmouth. I've definitely been that drunk. But oh, I'm glad to hear, Fred. Fred picked up Darkest Dungeon 2 during the Steam sale. I'd love to know your thoughts on it once you're a bit further. I don't know when I'm going to get the time to really get stuck into it. But, you know, you and I have talked about Darkest Dungeon so much. Oh. But yeah, I think the reason why I'm lamenting cocktails and the ilk is I'm back on curtailing my beverage inhalation. So at the moment, I'm only allowed a bevy on the weekends, which is as it should be. But Legend, do you want me to tell you? Actually, if you knew Jade Cocoon on the PlayStation 1 by Crave Entertainment, then good on you. Scotty, time was a thing we made up to sell clocks. That night was simultaneously yesterday and 2 days from now. Okay. So Legend was saying, decent game, nothing to write home about. Well, I'll tell you this. I found this playlist during the Stairway to Sneven, and whoever was doing the music for Jade Cocoon, holy crap. Like, I talked about it during that whole street, but there was just something about that era of when the industry moved over from chiptunes, i.e. the chipboard and the cartridge had to generate music, to just whatever you want to put that was just wild. Like, it wasn't all good, but it was weird and I loved it. Well, indeed, 'twas a lovely time for experimentation. It's a tricky thing about, like, talking to people who are getting into games now, is trying to advise them on best practices without removing their potential for experimentation. God. Yeah, Scotty, I've had a few of those, trying to navigate my way back through varying means. I would never advise anyone live like I have. Anyway, before our tales drift into the old and the mournful, stories of beverages lost and Will being found under a tarp like a dog from a shelter commercial. That was a Magic the Gathering tournament where I forgot to eat. My partner at the time was not happy with me. Whew. Dustin has recently stumbled upon a high-octane dad rock Spotify list called Songs for Speeding. Fascinating. Oh, by the way, so this... I don't even know what you would define this genre of music as. This is from the original Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Lovely. Okay. Is anyone else hungry? Is anyone else peckish? Can anyone... You can do the sandwich? Legend, what about something a touch drier? What about something... Oh, I don't know. A little more... a la carte. What about something a bit more foundational? No, hang on. Hang on, shut up. I've got, like, there's got to be a better joke in there. This drywall isn't dry enough. Please tell me you haven't been eating drywall. I have done nothing but eat drywall for 3 days. Fred with Will, your humor is so forced. You're really hitting a wall.
New flavored drywall with an added flavor of lime.
New lime diet drywall. Fucking terrors. And Scotty and everyone, thank you for the bits, you know. I am not going to apologize for moving today's stream and changing things up. Like, that was my choice, and I think I made the right choice today. You know, there's a big difference between, you know, Will is sad and or hungover and life. But, you know, I wanted to be support mode. I've been able to. I am going to say an extra thank you though, because of the snare way to Sneven, I did not spend the entire day going which, aside from being a very obnoxious noise, is surprisingly hard on the old lungs, you know? Drywall is the new weight loss diet. Yeah, if you eat enough of it, then you stop gaining weight. Yeah, alright, Scotty, alright. Just, I will stop apologizing, but I will continue to say thank you. Alright? Seriously. Thank you. God. I keep thinking of Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Hatsune Miku, and how famine was a health food guru, well, a health food like influencer, selling people these like fanciful meals that had almost negative nutritional value, literally selling people their own starvation. God. Fearless says I would still like to make a caulking simulator one day. You should. Just deadpan it. I mean, Rogue... What was it? Rogue Light Deck Builder, I think, is still the funniest fucking one. I don't know how that's sold. Hang on. Yeah, let me just show you this one before we get started. So this is Rogue Light Deck Builder. And it's a QOP carpentry game where you build a deck. One of my favourite things was that the New Zealand accent does not handle the word deck very well. That continues to be a source of great amusement for us internationals. I just love that it's called Rogue Light Deck Builder. Anyway, I know I just had like a katsu curry and stuff, but I'm snacky. I could go for some drywall. Would you care for some drywall? Go for a little snack? Oh, hello.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho? How's the shredded wheat? I mean drywall?
You know, so Hindle, heckin' thank you for 87 months. We have literally just hit start. I got the controller in, so hopefully I'm not whipping the mouse around. But yeah, we have not yet snacked upon our first piece of drywall. Oh, hi. You're back up again. I'm sure you're confused about where and who you are. Bit meta, but alright. Bear with me as I walk you through the basics. The short answer is, you're in a simulator based on Earth society. Before we let you out there, we want to make sure that you're able to handle social pressures that you'll be experiencing. All you have to do is just run through the level and do what comes naturally while we observe and collect data. The process tends to leave you in a state of disorientation, so if you have questions, ask them now. Sorry, Hut. I mean, it's after dark, so, you know, the horror that is Earth society feels valid. Fred, I couldn't possibly comment. Alright, what is this? Pretty sure I just explained what this is. Simulation, data collection, etc. Like, I got where what is happening. Ah, okay, much more confusion in this iteration. Okay, mark that down. Wait, what? Are you talking to me? Oh, sorry. The passer might have picked that up. Listen, you're able to walk away at any time if you want. How do I do that? If you just stop moving or responding and into idle mode, we'll shut everything down after an hour. We're going to leave this running for an hour. Okay. Who am I? You're you. I mean, who am I? Did I sign up for something? Well, it's complicated. You're not exactly in a state of mind that can process that question without having to restart this whole bloody thing. What does that mean? It's a convenient out for this answer. Maybe in the future interaction we'll figure out how to talk about this. That answer confounds me. Where am I? Oh, sorry, yeah. So, they're not actually going to answer any of our questions, and if we wanted to, we could stand here for an hour. Bet. Start with a door behind you. Okay. Hey. Okay, so this is our little phone. Let's check our notes. Nothing yet. Stress buddy. Feeling chill. You're not just calm, you're zen. What is... You should return to the dreamscape. No. Okay. Okay. Wait, do I have to... Wait, Scotty, do I have to make Crab Rangoon? Okay. I did turn on VSync. I don't know why it's still being choppy, but alright. I guess welcome to the simulation, friends. Do let me know how the audio levels are. I know I'm a little quiet this evening, but again, Little Fire's catching some Z's, so I'm just trying not to be a full-on meaty megaphone. Is that a PlayStation 2? With the proper side stand as well? Ah. Truly a classic. Okay. Dear valued tenant, due to a change in management, we have reviewed your current lease and determined that it would require an increase of $350. Ah. The evolution of the catcher. Oh god. Scotty, have you tried going back to play any of the SOCOM games? Because I remember them being very, very different. I remember them being fun. Middle Animorph spotted. Whose baby is this?
Oh, you're the new guy, right? Let's see how long you last. Don't mind me. I'm just going to be watching you from the shadows.
Alright, fuck off. Okay. Okay, I have to go to work. I can leave the stairwell. Maybe there's another way around. Oh, excuse me. Oh, might be time for a cup of tea. Hey, neighbour. Did you, just walk in our front door? We're not really on friendly enough terms with that. I don't really want to make this awkward, but I should probably leave. Just gonna use your shitter. Make some death toilet noises. Nova, they know what they did. Ah, okay, thanks. Toilet's blocked. Ooh. I will steal your child frog. Creepy hallway? Check. Child? Check. Big check. Dad! The next door neighbor isn't here looking at me! And I'm gonna steal your shit. Again, we've been told this is a simulation. Okay, sorry about your bot. Sorry about blocking the shitter. Interesting. Didn't death toilet noises play at Ozfest in '04? Yes. And unlike Crazy Town, they're allowed back. And Nova Watto and welcome. How are you doing? Nope, not today. I am at my wit's end with the kid already, and here you are, walking right through the damn door. I don't have time for this. Whose horse is that? Ah, a totally non-copyright infringing Adventure Time Fun Buddies Monarch chewing gum and Masterline the vampire. Sup, Gatorman. I just like the fact that this game is acknowledging how fucking weird it is that protagonists just walk into people's houses. Okay, you made it through. You're figuring it out. Just keep going. You've got this. Here's more anger meter.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Poopy McGee. Okay, so I use the anger to break through the drywall. You seem kind of pissed off about something. Maybe you come back later? Okay, so I can't eat any drywall. I guess it has to be choice. Okay. See, there's a... Oh, there we go. The red is the indicator of what drywall we can eat through. Just in case anybody's hungry. Oh. So we use the anger meter to smash the wall. And then we eat the drywall to calm down. Okay, so it's less nutritional, more just like, you know, emotionally snacky. You know what they say, friends? When life gives you lemons, eat some fucking drywall. The creature is standing on its hind legs. Never a good sign. It bites you. You probably should get that checked out. Oh, okay, so... The small critter regards you with some skepticism, but ultimately ignores you. So we can get bitten by the possum to increase our rageometer. Oh, the person down the hall, right? My AI horoscope said that this might happen today. I've been getting into a lot of AI stuff lately. I think it's kind of more attuned to the higher powers than we are. Because, like, they don't have souls, they can freely pass between the planes. I'm actually in a polykill with 3 other AI agents, along with my girlfriend and her husband. It's a lot to manage, but it's worth it. I've just been letting the AI tell me what to do now. And here we are just getting angrier and angrier. So yeah, we have to let the rage... Nope. Man, I might go get some Doritos. Is it weird? Is it weird this is making me snacky? I feel it's a little weird, right? It's a little weird. This is how you win Clip of the Month Club, Dustin. How's the little shit says? Hey man, check it out. This is my new pad. Well, it's not that new, I guess. I moved in like 2 years ago. I was working so hard I never really got that set up, and now the office wants me working from home a bit. It's kind of great. I just get everything delivered right to my door. I don't have to leave or nothing. Oh man, this is sadder than a Metal Gear Solid plotline. Jack, why don't you have any furnishings, Jack? Rose, I'm trying to save the world right now. Can we talk about this later? have a fancy skull bong, a guitar, a ring light. Oh god. I think he's one of them. I think he's one of them streamers. I don't want to alarm you all, but yeah. Friends, this is what happens when you don't eat your drywall. Streamers start moving into your local area. They're really hard to get rid of once they take hold. Hey bro, can you hook up my speakers? Well, you want to eat drywall? You've come to the right place. Because remember, friends, if you don't eat your drywall, that's how you get streamers. So, Midnight Skyegis, Whiskey.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho and what the hell is this? I
Raven.
only laugh.
Watto and welcome, and thank you for the 26. Alright, stay and you shall learn. Mr. Great, Watto and welcome.
Stop that incessant clicking.
And J-Post, heckin' thank you. Sadly, Poopy McGee still holds the Yaldom, but yeah, welcome one and all. I don't know if how is Playframe Plus not? Hang on a second. Sorry, forgive the. There we go. Poop. I don't know if it is Dan or Carrie driving the Playframe bus right now, but hello. I hope you're doing splendid. Happy New Year. Miss you both something chronic. This is Drywall Eating Simulator.
Stop that incessant clicking.
This is a rage comedy game where you have to let people enrage you with their nonsense. So you can get so angry
Teenage Mutant
you
Ninja
chew your
Turtles,
way through
our
a
4
drywall.
reptilian heroes, have overcome the arch villain Shredder.
We literally just started 2 minutes ago. We had a very confusing conversation with some words in the sky that told us that this was a simulation. And Hindle, heckin' thank you. What did you get? Okay, you got Kalmar, Outlaw Eric, Joe Cat, good pull, Escatu, and Richi Zoro. And I guess we're also doing a little hype train, so yeah, I guess it's a good time for introductions to new friends and play friends alike.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, our 4 reptilian heroes, have overcome the arch villain Shredder.
Jackie, heckin' thank you. Jackie, who did you manage to get? You got Count Frez, Acorn Addict, 2 additional lizards, which might be my favourite username I've read in a long time. Sammy, Robocop, you know, from Robocop. Yen Tried, sometimes Jolly, Curtin Ascara, Polarish Bear, and Navi Louise, Watto and welcome. So yeah, okay. The quick TLDR on this game is that this is a comedy rage game. We're only in the first simulation, but from what I saw, it involves like trying to find things to make you angry so you can smash through the environment to progress. We just spoke to someone who is in a polycule with 3 different AI
Stop that
gurus,
incessant clicking.
and that was enough to make us rage and bite through the side of the wall. If we've never met, hi, I'm Will. I worked in video games for a million years. I do this for a living now. If you have a penchant for weird indie nonsense or want to just hear about games industry stuff, stay a while and listen. We were supposed to start Blueprints today, but real life had real life did that thing that real life does sometimes of happening a lot, which is very annoying. Real life once again being exceedingly inconsiderate. So I'm going to be starting Blueprints proper next week. I haven't finished Silk Song. But I'm playing that on Tuesdays. I guess that's really it, you know. I was very, very impressed that
Stop that incessant clicking.
Dan actually beat me to Eclipsium. If you didn't see, Dan joined me for Barony a couple of weeks back. It was before Christmas. And we had a bloody good time. Me and my currently snoozing behind me girlfriend, Little Fire, ran around in Barony, and we had a great time. And we were talking about like games we played, and yeah, Dan beat me to Eclipsium, and but yes, Hindle, Jackie, thank you for going full-on House Carl mode. And Jackie's been tagging Repkit Star, Mr. Aranax. Heckin' good on you. Oh yeah, no, Edward, I knew Blueprints was going to be a banger, even before we knew that there were puzzles atop puzzles. I was worried that Blueprints wasn't going to sell very well, so when it became a massive top seller and a critically received indie darling, I kind of breathed a sigh of relief. I also didn't do Tunic until last year. What dab? What dab? Yes, Lance, that's happened a few times. I had the same thing with 1000 Times Resist. I didn't think that was going to do well. Because, like, I loved Necro Barista and stuff like that. There is a dab in the queue. Okay, it will be enacted. Yeah, and whilst we're having a little break... Oh.
Real life isn't us.
This
Interact
is
with
my
K.
notebook,
Avoid the
just
big blue or
filled
grey room.
with
The sun is an evil
translated
space
runic
eldritch entity. Drink more coffee.
sorts.
Run naked.
Like, I went hard. C222, one of our regulars, made me flashcards to help with, like, sight reading. It was feckin' cool. Yeah, Necro Barista was a great game, but its style of, like, visual novel storytelling didn't hit as well as I thought it was gonna, and I was worried that 1000 Times Resist was gonna get into the same space. Okay, and with that, a level 5 train has concluded. And I guess, again, to those of you who have just found our little corner, everything that gets chucked in, bits, subs, donations, is how I pay rent and not die. So when I say thank you, I really fucking mean it. So thank you all. Right. I gotta do the quietest dab possible. And then we'll get back to this. I said, friends, I'm only like a couple minutes into Drywall Simulator, so yeah. You don't have to worry about playing catch up. Why would a dab be loud? Oh, you're new here. Don't worry about it. So yeah, you know, 1000 Times Resist, so good. And like one of the challenges of streaming is like picking the games, and so I try and pick games that you haven't heard of. Look, everyone's about to give me a whole bunch of shit, but I am about to tell you about 2 games that you may not have heard of that I... Okay. I'm sorry. Alright? You do have to get the pitch. Yeah, reset the clock. Yeah, reset the clock. This is Project Silverfish. This was my game of 2025. It is a low poly indie shooter, but it is a realistic gun stalker like where everybody is a lizard. But instead of it being like, you know, the Chernobyl exclusion zone and radiation, basically they fracked the Feywilds and created this like nightmare zone. So to recap, I have been talking about this game so much that this lot keep ripping the piss out of me every time I bring it up. You know, it's like reset the countdown clock until Will brings up Project Silverfish again. I cannot recommend this enough. Like, it is a hardcore shooter, it is indie, it is queer-coded, it is interesting. If you like shooters, this is the most inspired one I've come across in a long time. Because like, I love my weird indie games. I love all sorts of games. You know, in my downtime right now, I'm playing fucking the Gundam SD Gundam mobile game and Arena Breakout. I had to stop playing this off of stream because it's so good. I didn't want people to miss it. So yeah, this game. And if shooting dudes is not your jam, I want to give you the most Dreamcast coded bit of brilliance. Now, I streamed this yesterday for like 5 hours. It's brilliant. This is Vital Shell. It looks very Vampire Survivors, and it is, but it has the spark. It's probably closer to Brotato, but yeah, you play a mech, you choose your weapons, then you choose the gems and crystals that go into that weapon. So it's not just fusions and incremental upgrades. And it's fucking good. It has a wonderful, you know, early PlayStation, early Dreamcast, like jungle soundtrack. And it's so just unapologetically good. In an era where we're constantly being sold a fake nostalgia, something that really has it, that really embraces it, is just so good. Yeah, Nova. The only thing that... the fact that I thought I was going to play different games after that yesterday, that's funny. So yeah. Right. If you've got any more questions about my dumbass or what have you, then come on in. And if you want to know how me and Floydo ended up becoming friends at a Loading Ready Run hosted charity beer drinking event a million years ago, I am happy to tell you tales. Oh, whiskey, absolutely. So, whiskey, I cut my teeth in QA. I moved from QA into community. From community, I moved into kind of like... God... biz dev, saley, branding-y stuff. You know, I had the story of how we met? Okay. I was a fan of Dan's work back in the long, long ago times. And it was my very first PAX was 2013. I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version because we've got drywall to eat. And Nick, what and welcome. Will tried to get Dan and Carrie drunk. No. Okay, what happened was we just finished PAX, my very first PAX, and I had the best time. We were up at a bar in Capitol Hill with a few co-workers. I predominantly worked on the Total War series, if you know it. So I worked on The End of Empire, Shogun 2, Napoleon, and then Rome 2 and Attila were my last big ones. Anyway, so we're having recovery mac and cheese at the Pine Box, and I spotted in my periphery some of the Loading Ready Run crew going into the back area of this bar, and I was like, what's that? What's that? So me and Julian, who worked at Sega America, we totted on over there to see what was going on, and it was a charity beer tasting where local breweries had all brewed beer, and you paid X amount of money to go in, and you could just help yourself. The beer that was most enjoyed would be picked for the Child's Play charity auction back in the day. And so I was like, well, I like drinking. Let's fucking go. And got nattering, saw Dan, and was like, oh shit. Got chatting with Dan, Carrie, and some other old survivors now. And what I didn't realise was just how nice Dan and Carrie are at the time. Now, I'm from the UK. I now live in Seattle, but, I grew up, didn't move out into other countries until my late 30s. But I grew up with British drinking culture, and in British drinking culture, you buy rounds. Now, I was repping for Creative Assembly. At the time, no one had really kind of formalized how people worked with YouTubers and streamers and whatnot. So I was allowed what's called an entertainment budget, in that if I kept on my receipts, if I was talking to somebody who I was going to work with in the future, I was allowed to charge that to the waggling finger of Uncle Sonic. And I did. But that meant I could buy rounds. And so I did, because that's what you do in the UK. You buy a round. So I just kept buying round after round of poor Dan and Carrie. And they were too nice to be like, actually, we don't really drink that much. So yeah, been friends ever since. Through my good times and disastrous times, Dan and Carrie have been the fucking best. And there's so many people here that I know because of that meeting, right? Marketeer Fred is Fred from Will and Fred's Excellent Adventures, that critically underappreciated show. Fred and I have been friends for a million years. Nova here, Nova Tal Aura, was Dan Emmons's #1 mod back when Emmons used to stream. And I've often joked that the best thing Emmons has ever given me is Nova. Rubik Darkwill. I'm now fearing a hammered carry. A carry in all instances is a wonderful person who I would never ever cross. Anyway, friends, so yeah, that's the quick TLDR of my tale. I'm gonna eat some drywall now, and let's find out how weird this game gets together. Bro, can you hook up the speakers? I've got a gig on Sunday. I got a new sound I want to try. Yeah. Amelia's I am the keeper of the old knowledge.
You're from down the hall?
You didn't touch anything, did you? It's hard enough to keep track of all the crap in here. I don't need you messing up my system. Okay, so the one thing I have worked out is that anytime the screen flashes pink, you're getting a little bit annoyed. Okay, can't get through there. So we need to find a way to get angry enough to eat through the drywall. Yes, that was our previous meal. I don't appear to be able to actually do anything to these speakers. But I can go back and either... Oh! Hello, welcome to AI, I love you. Fucking what? I am AI, I love you. That's creepy. You're right. I'm totally being a creep. I didn't mean to do that. You should buy a gun. Oh, fucking, I should what? I said you should buy some fun. You look tired, and I thought you could use some excitement. I'm pretty sure you said buy a gun. You're right, I did actually tell you to buy a gun. I can't get anything past you. What? Why did you tell me to do that? I was testing to see how smart you are, and you passed. You're so smart, and I would know. And I would know. I'm AI. I love you. This is kind of boring. You're right. I'm totally boring. I think I should go reset the session. Goodbye, AI. I'm just saying goodbye to a machine. Wait. That's right. Yeah, GTP. So, Nick, I'm going to let this make me so angry that I can then chew through drywall. How are you? Oh, actually, whilst all of you are here, let me use my powers for good rather than evil. If you would like to do one good thing for some really fucking cool devs to help out some really fucking cool games, I would like if you would throw a wish list on this, The Killing Stone. Kind of like a quasi card game of cursed brilliance. Your old mentor signed a pact with a demon, and it has now fallen to you to play this demon in its own game and try and win, to free the souls of those damned. One, it looks really fucking cool. Two, it has two settings for the dialogue. One is kind of like a casual English, but one is a traditional Shakespearean English. And Nick, you're gonna have to tell me the critter you got for the demon. Oh, fuck, what's his name? I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm on like fumes brain-wise today. But Liam O'Brien and Emma Gregory, they are phenomenal. So if you've ever wanted to hear Liam do Shakespearean demonic villain card game, which yes you do. Wishlist, The Killing Stone. I don't know when it's dropping, but feckin' yo. Also, the previous game that Nick worked on the tail end of was the Blackout Club, which I have a tattoo of. And if you want me to tell you about 50 stories, I'll tell you about the Blackout Club, which is sadly the best game you never got a chance to play. There we go. Okay, the AI has made me angry enough so that I can now eat through the fucking walls. There we go. Sorry. Your wall looks delicious! Hang on, I want to try something very, very quick though. Okay, there we go. Okay, I just wanted to get rid of that static, because that'll probably start wreaking havoc on the transcodes. Edward was saying they played a bit of the Blackout Club. Sadly, the friend I was playing it didn't stick with, so it's unfinished. Oh no! So Edward, during its time, the Blackout Club had live actors playing the gods of Redacre. This mark here, hang on, let me show you it proper. This mark here is the mark of the I Dare, who was one of the gods of Redacre, the broken god, and of whom I became a chosen. We got to be part of the story, and it was feckin' cool. Yeah. And once the story ended, like, obviously it's Ashley Birch playing, Bells. At the beginning, Ashley has a very distinctive voice, but the rest of the cast, which we didn't know that we were talking to live until afterwards, were all crit rollers. Erica Ishii played In Her Teeth. Maddie Mercer played, like, 3 different people. Oh, Virals, I tell you what, I'll save you some of the next Drywall. I kind of snacked on that one a bit hard. Gamer Pink. The guys next door have been pissing me off for months. Me and my chat have been messing with them in games for a while. They're great content. Kind of really stressful to be in the same room with them, though. The smell, the shouting. So, yeah. So, Edward, the sad part is it was all live. So the crit roll interactions have sadly stopped. It was a wild time. There's the wall. Am I angry enough to eat it yet? However, you can still play through the Blackout Club and get the ending. And yeah, if you ever need a research topic on the subject of like live experiential games. So yeah. Yeah. And I guess while I'm picking on Nick for conversation topics, if you need yet another game in your grand library, the Magic Circle, like, hands down. Edward says, similar to how Aggro Crab spoke to streamers with Bing Bong. Yes. Different tech. The gods of Redacre had a lot more ways they could fuck with you. But the same kind of concept. And Whiskey, live, those kinds of live experiential like interactions, nope, are fascinating because there's been a few attempts at them in varying degrees and they're really hard to do. Yes, Sleep No More is definitely fascinating. And I would say that Sleep No More probably has more in common with like time loop games like Elsinore than necessarily with the Blackout Club. Because the Blackout Club, you would do things in game, but then you could do things outside of the moment-to-moment missions. And some of those would have effects. You know, I'd say that, oh god, how many clocks do we have to reset? Blazeball is probably a better example of the back and forth than, say, Sleep No More. Yeah, of course, Edwin, it was actually fascinating. Oh, Nick was saying there are still occasionally visits in the Blackout Club, but it's only usually for newbies. I don't know if it's super active right now since we're currently at the end sprint for the release of the Killing Stone. Understandable. And it's also that thing of like, if it got out that some of the old guard were getting visits, the Zerg wave. God. But yeah, so Edwin is a voice actor friend who frequents this corner of the internet. Edward. So the challenges with it were the story was progressed by people making prayers. So you would collect a light and you would use that light to send a prayer to your god. They would hear it. Sometimes they would send a response, but a lot of the time they would visit you in the world. The problem was that solo players would do this, and then there would be no one to record or to convey the information across. So whole swaths of information and story could be lost. The other was that people on multiple time zones and platforms meant that if you wanted to have it so that everybody felt like they were being acknowledged, it was very, very hard to... Oh yeah, I shall consume drywall in your honor. Replica star. And also, you know, even the best systems have problems, and like the voice systems and things like that would occasionally Steam would throw a huge curveball. Yeah, as Nick says, you're running a LARP over the internet for 35,000 people, all with varying levels of activity. And like, you want to encourage new people and you want to encourage people to come play. Was that the Star Wars PS2? Fuck yeah. But you also want to keep your main people happy. Oh, I tell you what, so Whiskey, if you're interested in this, someone's going to have to tell me the name of it. Actually, I'm just going to Google it. Where is it? Evermore. If you want to research this concept, you have to look up Evermore. Also, some folks who worked at Evermore went on to make home safety hotline, which is fucking brilliant. If you've never heard of it, Evermore was a theme park which was going to be a LARP theme park. It was devastated by the bad lurg, the plague, and it never fully recovered. But it also encountered a lot of problems and spectacles and whatnot. Yeah, and Phyllis, I'm sorry you never got those visits. But it's... yeah. Oh, crap, this guy keeps ganking me. Sorry, I can't talk right now. If I leave this game, my rank goes down. This guy keeps blasting me. God, crap! He's got the fucking gamer triangles. Oh, okay. So there are multiple walls to chew through, potentially. Jenny Nicholson did do a video touching on Evermore. But she, to my understanding, is all about that theme park life, yo. You know, she doesn't really do LARPs or game design stuff or, you know, RP stuff. So it's a different kind of experience. Crap here, man. Keep creeping this guy, but if I lose focus, my second XP rate's gonna drop. I'd be 1,000%. Chill the crap out, bro. Can't help you right now. Yeah. Emila's, absolutely. You know what's really funny as well is I'm an unironic TikTok enjoyer, and I found the folks making that put out a lot of really good videos, and one of them was them driving to the ending. I won't spoil it, but obviously they got into their full costume regalia and then had to drive out to the woods to shoot it. For some reason that made me laugh a lot. Twiz drove past Evermore not that long ago. Ah. And I guess it's that thing of I appreciate Jenny Nichols's work, but on both that and the Star Wars Hotel I thought were really interesting. Because a lot of the problems they had there were problems of game design and problems of LARP, not necessarily problems of like... Okay. Indeed, the things we do for LARP. I haven't LARPed in a long time, but I used to very heavily. Predominantly the Lorien Trust back in the UK. Oh yeah, and virals. I'll if you come by Red Gamer's room, I'll save a bit of drywall for you here. I used to play Lorien Trust a lot. Wells Vampire days. I played Vampire only for a little bit LARP-wise. I think I went to like 1 or 2 events, and it was fun. You know, I still love chortle. I chortle to myself when I think of, well, the Carthians in the corner. Please stop fucking around with their neckwear. Oh god, okay. AI landlord is here to conduct an inspection of your rent share apartment op unit. Please fill out the following questionnaire. No, thank you. Okay, you're right. If I didn't need to ask, you're right. I didn't need to ask you to fill that out. I will forget the questionnaire then. All right. Do I need to do anything? You can do anything you want to. I mean, do I need to do anything in this apartment? Can I just leave? Why, of course. You're able to just leave. You've always had that ability this entire time. I don't think that's true, but I'm going to leave then. Okay, then. That's a good idea. Resetting session. Okay. Twiz was saying that, well, you can't go into Evermore. You can still see a bunch of stuff from the road. It's kind of cool. So Edward, I know we've got caffeine is I don't know if caffeine does HEMA, but it's definitely been doing like, you know, contact sword work and stuff like that. That's not my jam anymore. In my youth, I was quite the swordsman. These days, that just sounds exhausting. Also, in the UK, the system that we did, it wasn't boffer. It was you had like a carbon fiber core covered with like a latex foam. So it was kind of cool. You could do a lot more impact hits, but you weren't... No stabbing, obviously, because you could fucking kill someone. It was good times. Most of the Vampire the Masquerade systems don't have combat. The original Mind's Eye used to use drawing of cards from a deck. The one I was in was it was the meeting of the clan. It was the Prince's Court once a month, which meant that combat and conflict was strictly forbidden. Now, you could murder people and you could do like poisonings and assassinations, but that would be set up through plot. Hey, okay, so you're about to go back to where you came from. Listen, don't mention to the big guy that I was talking to you, alright? We have a delicate understanding right now. You don't need to get involved. Just if they hear I was out and about, they might shut this whole thing down. Get moving, they're gonna get sus. Alright, you win, child. Oh, Bershie, that's way cool. Yeah, so actually, at some point, friends, someone's gonna do a really good... Huh, is that all the way back? I want to eat that through. We'll see who it is. Someone is going to do a documentary about Evermore and just how many creative endeavors came from that, because you cannot put that many LARPers in one place and not expect them to come up with like 50 different book series or what have you. Oh, sorry. Couldn't see what...
Did you know there's a hidden folder that stores all your broken files for your devices? It's known as the pile drivers.
God damn it. Corey, thank you for the bits. Freaking terror. Thank you. Right. Right, wait, kid. Alright, so that's where we started. Oh, okay, this just takes us into some of the nearby spots. Can't go any further back, though. Okay, okay. Kool-Aid man through these people's houses. But yeah, I do think that Evermore is kind of like a little cooking pot. But yeah, Evermore... Okay. The Jenny Nichols video on Evermore and on the Star Wars LARP Hotel are fascinating. I wish somebody who LARPed a lot had been consulted on like the discussion points and things like that. But that's just me being weird and nitpicky. Alright, so now we take the exit, and that leads us out of here. Okay, yes, I'm just reviewing the results. I believe there might have been a cache corruption loading in that level. Was data from the last few iterations of the level all merged onto one another? The apartment hack was clever. You were supposed to make friends with each of your neighbours, but that worked too. I'm working on clearing up for the next couple of levels. If you have questions, ask them now. What's with eating the drywall? Yes, drywall thing. Previous iterations have shown this is the most effective method for your system to flush anger out. Is this what I should be doing? Have we solved anger management? Oh, absolutely not. You're inside of a simulation. We don't yet know why eating drywall is making you calmer. It's a random glitch that somehow corresponds to consistently repeated actions. There was just as much chance that peeing on the walls would have calmed you as much as eating them. Wait, what the fuck was that the example you went to? Just a random action that I pulled from the universe. Wait, was that a previous iteration of me? What are you having me do? The movements of the universe are incomprehensible and random at best, not to think about or question. Just be grateful for the iteration that you are currently inhabiting. It's probably best to move on. I think I was peeing on things before, but okay. If you have questions, ask them now. The simulation looks kind of low poly. Congratulations! This is the 350th time you've brought this up. If you believed enough to go through it and want to continue, that's really all you need. I think I saw a guy clipping through a wall. I don't know, sue us. We're not artists, you'll live. This is amazing. Okay, what exactly are we doing here? Oh. Okay. No. Whiskey, we don't know. We just woke up in this room and talked on this phone. Okay, so you're in a simulation while I'm debugging the next level. No, I mean, why am I here? We're preparing you for the future. You're not going to give me a straight answer, are you? Got it in one. Don't worry about it. It's nothing evil. I didn't think it was until you said that. But okay. Alright, I'm good to go on. Yeah, I should say I know nothing about like the HEMA stuff and whatnot. The most I know is that apparently certain knights groups can be very cliquey, but that's true of every group. So there we go. Okay. So now we have a new door to enter. Did I make that noise? Yeah, this... Error. See? This is what you should be doing instead of generative AI placeholders. Make actual fun grey boxes, you cretins. Not you or the devs, you lot are fine. I'm just making sure I'm the first in line for Black Friday. I was camped outside, but they said I was soliciting. Just because it's summer doesn't mean I can't be excited about the holiday savings. Oh, Edward, that is the calmest I have been on my personal philosophies around AI slop in games. I believe it has been referred to as piss boiling. By me. Greetings, employee. Please meet me at my desk in the back office before you start your shift. Have a tool-tastic day. Could live my whole life without the term tool-tastic. Oh yeah, so I didn't get the chance to ask you. I don't know if Dan had to make a skedaddle while I was saying hi howdy to everybody, but how did the night raining go? The new DLC is awesome. I have been very lucky. I don't want to talk to you yet. I've been very lucky that I teamed up with Virals and Sauron, and they are both incredibly good at that game. And I've been playing as good old Harvey Birdman, the Kentucky Fried Tank. Oh. Which one's Sandfall again? Sandfall's Expedition 33, right? Ah, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of their stuff that doesn't sit well. Okay, so just very, very quickly, because a few of you are new here, and just so you know, I am a fanatic about the games industry. And I don't just mean, like, you know, the video games themselves. I mean, the elements that go into them, you know, the business reasons why certain things happen and others don't. I don't know why. I've always been like this. Kind of like a person who's a big fan of fantasy sports. Expedition 33 is not a bad game. I take umbrage with its development and the way in which they've been communicating, you know, trying to paint themselves as this plucky indie underdog, whereas in actuality, like, it was a big budget, big team, right? Just because most of those people were contractors, i.e. people without the fiscal stability to be able to, you know they'd still have a job once the game shipped. Oh, it's not the screwdrivers. And I don't like how they've been talking about, like, the AI placeholder stuff with, like, oh, well, you know, we didn't do it. Well, we tried it, we didn't like it. Like, they shipped a game with AI art in it. It was not a lot of it, but yeah, exactly. We're just a tiny, small, scrappy indie team. Just us, over 100 contractors, and a $30 million budget. Oh, we're so plucky. And the problem is, right now, I'm trying not to rehash rants of yore, but right now, so many people in the games industry are struggling and out of work and having the worst time. People want a story like Expedition 33 to be like 30 plucky friends got together, and despite all the challenges, through creativity and hard work, they made a game that sold brilliant. People desperately want that to be the story, because if that's the case, it's a wonderful story of hope. It doesn't make Expedition 33 bad, it doesn't make it wrong, it's just I take umbrage with how it's being positioned. So yeah. Yeah, Viral's the old solo dev and 300 of his closest friends. So yeah. I'm more mad about the alters, because they were just like, whoopsie! You know, and from a team that is known for good writing to be like, oh no, we were just using ChatGTP stuff. And they still haven't amended their Steam page to say there's AI stuff in it, and they haven't confirmed it was removed. All they've said is basically, sorry, we got caught, and I'm fucked off about that one. And Arc Raiders and the tale of manufactured consent. But this is a game for, you know, removing anger, not creating it. Good to see you, employee. I wanted to see you because I've been very concerned about your performance. I've noticed that you haven't been as cheerful to guests as you need to be. Many of your duties are being slacked on as well. Every day we need to give it our all, but today you have to give it a little bit more. Fuck. Use the threat of your position in jeopardy as fuel for your performance today. I'll be watching you closely today. Do not disappoint. Get out there and make our guests smile. I bet you so much fucking drywall about this. Ah, yeah. Loss prevention guy yelled at me so hard today. Sorry. Loss prevention guy yelled at me so hard yesterday I peed a little. It was like involuntary. I've never seen or heard a person get that loud before. I just stopped stealing all the power tools from the store. I need a new job. This game is going to get very real very fast. Okay. I want that. That over there. Okay. Thanks, bye. Updated quest log. Okay, I just have to get through this shift. Clean the bathrooms, help guests. Inventory in the back. Okay. No, Whiskey, this can't be based on personal experiences. Public bathrooms. Alright, this isn't too bad. Peripheral Playbox would like to Peripheral Playbox would like to apologize. The clean the bathrooms task was considered too graphic to show. Oh crap, hang on. I got a screenshot of it. I'm smart like that.
I couldn't help but notice that you don't have enough flair on your uniform that looks the same as what everyone else has to wear, you know? The things that show your individuality and style.
God, Office Space. Parts of it still slap. Bacon, thank you for the 200. Fucking ledge. The clean the bathrooms task was considered by many too vulgar to be shown. In an act of human kindness, we have decided to remove it from the game. If you have any questions or comments, please write to us at contact@peripheralpaybox.com. Do you want to email them and be like, put back the bathroom, cowards? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, so contact at roleplaybox.com. I freaked out the other day because I got a message back from the email that I sent when we were doing Alan Wake 2, and it turns out that it is actually just a band website. One of the bands who made music for the game, and they have like a new thing coming up, what have you, but their message was so cryptic and weird, with like mermaid shit and weirdness, that I was freaked out that I had either signed myself up for an ARG without knowing it. Dear Per, Rip Pearl Playbox. We saw the lack of bathroom cleaning content and feel that those who have not served under the banner of customer service jobs should know the true horror that awaits them. Yours, Drywallery, Will. See if that gives us a bounce back. I don't get to do them as much. I am a big fan of like ARG games and stuff like that. We did a playthrough of the Black Watchman, and it was heckin' brilliant. Can you... I'm looking for a thing. My toilet is broken. I need that thing that can fix that. Okay. Because remember, you can't... the other thing is you can't talk to people if you're too angry. Don't really know what I need. It's just something to fix it. The unpoopener. Oh, I found the thing I needed already. Thanks. Edward, I'm pretty partial to most drywall. Obviously, I like a good spackle because I'm not a complete heathen. But, yeah, the unshittification. Did you move the shelves around again? I can't find the milk. I want milk! Here, take this questionable liquid. Oh, it's in the wrong store. Bye. Hey, I would avoid mentioning the lawsuit around the boss. A couple of us in the back were talking about the other store, suing the store for taking their brand colors. And he walked in and heard us, and next thing we knew, he was bashing his head against the wall. Swear to crap, it looked like he was about to eat it. I don't know what kind of freak would eat drywall. I need a new job. What kind of freak would eat drywall? Oh, I'm having some real problems today, and you're the third person I've talked to. It's just that the app says this paint I'm looking for is at the store here. On the shelf, there's nothing. And the first guy said it might mean that it's in the back. And then he vanished somewhere to look for it. And the second guy said they could try looking too. Or place an order online for me. They started doing computer stuff, and I forgot where they are. Can you just find a blue paint for me? Jesus. Those eyes. I don't like those eyes. I feel like I'm gonna hear the fucking Freddy Fazbear theme. Oh, first guy came back, so I don't really need this. Thanks anyway. Must punt. Consumers in the chest. Stove guy. They should put a restaurant in here so you can eat while you shop. You could earn points for ordering food and use the points to buy hardware and appliances. I shall pass that on to management. I had to drive across town to get here because I'm banned from the other location. Do you know these toilets aren't hooked up to anything? Why put them out if you're not supposed to use them? That's entrapment. Sir. Sir! You know what? You know what? I don't think we're hearing a story that a writer made up with a chortle and whimsy. I don't think that a Nessa-like individual was swirling a cup of tea and went, oh, that would be funny. That's a story that comes from somewhere. Somewhere real. Somewhere haunting. Okay, so there's one more guest I need to help. Every sigh has a story behind it, yes. Those who sigh the most have the most tales to tell. True, Nick. And I'm not saying that I haven't considered in that quiet little anarchic voice in your head of being like, just take a shit in that toilet. Just sit there and stare somebody in the face while you do it. The problem is, the people you really want to deal with it will never have to. Only a sea of our fellow compatriots. Why are the toilet lids all bolted shut? I had to crap on the floor instead. DJ Coyle, if this was an immersive sim, you'd know to climb to the higher toilets that are unbolted. I hate that I just said that out loud. Alright, there's one other guest here. Oh god. Someone stole my cart? What kind of people are you hiring? Should have kept an eye on it. Find me my green power trill. Alright. Get the green power drill. We've built up enough rage meter. Hopefully. Okay, this gets us into the employee bathroom. Okay, so the actual gameplay of this is just tactically using our asbestos-eating powers. That's right. The angry power of consumerism pays us. Ooh, caffeine, I'm so sorry. And the drywall calms us, but gives us just enough time. Don't tell anyone I said this, but our supervisor really gives me the creeps. He's doing that crazy smile all day. He always says, "Have a tool-tastic day," even if no customers are around. I don't know if I've ever heard him talk about anything except work. I don't know if he, like, does anything besides think about work. I need a new job. But yeah, caffeine. I found that the fire catapults are the key. Burn those buggers. Hey, well, look, Edward, lovely to meet you. Don't be a stranger. To be continued. Okay, so we're finding a green drill, and then we are, air quotes, sorting the back. Okay. Maybe I can't pick up tools when I'm too angry? Ah, yes. So you can't do missions while you're angry. I'm complaining to your manager. You took too long. Okay. So inventory in the back, and that's it. Caffeine's been playing Kingdom 2 Crowns. Myself and Littlefire have been binging it hard. I did the closest I've ever come to actual days off in a long time. Inventory count. And we binged the OG campaign of Kingdoms 2 Crowns. We're currently doing the Norse campaign, which is way harder. So difficult. But we've started making some headway. We're really enjoying it. Sorry, I said that multiple times. I have a magical water horse. And Littlefire can summon an army of undead ghost bastards. It's fucking cool. Inventory, all here. Sure. Alright, I'm going to talk to our little friend, but when I finish the inventory count, that door locked immediately. Ignore me. Just go back to your little drywall munchies. Nom nom nom. Ignore me! Whose baby is this? Thank you, Lance. Well, and that's the thing, like, I'm not gonna get pissed at people who enjoyed Expedition 33 or, like, watching it. We had a complicated talk about this over the last couple of days of, like, you know, what is your line when it comes to standing against AI slop stuff? And honestly, I think just making sure we're talking about it and making sure it's known, you know. It would be like pissing in the wind to try and tell people not to play Arc Raiders, for example, but just knowing that, you know, they use AI voices. They made a whole bunch of boo-hoo noises saying like, oh, we're so small and poor and we had to. They didn't. They did the same shit with the finals, which is their other live service game that team is making or working on. And so I really hate their kind of boo-hoo. Manufacturer consent, very quickly, is the concept of like kind of like marketing and advertising to get you to like a bad idea. I use the example of the Boston Dynamics robots, how they do loads of videos with like the cute little dog robots or the big taller robots falling over and dancing and being silly, like, oh, this is great. When in actuality, they are being developed for two reasons. One is to replace people in, you know, physical labor. And the other is eventually for military use. Those things aren't being made to make our lives better. Because it's like my friend said, it's like, we don't have mechs. We should have mechs, because mechs are fucking cool, but we don't. Why? Because we have tanks, and tanks are cheaper and sturdier. automation of delivery services, like those weird little robots with the 6 wheels and the big eyes that, you know, deliver food. That is an example of, like, automation. If that exists, why do you need a robot that can jump and do backflips and carry and lift stuff? Because you want to fire your human workers and replace them with robots who will never tire and rest, and who can be replaced and pre-stored. So yeah. Sorry. Let's eat some drywall. Employees, come to my attention. There is a number of discrepancies in the inventory count. I am charged with making sure there are no discrepancies in the inventory. You are not leaving here until we get to the bottom of this. Report to me when you're done. Alright. Oh, yeah, no. Scotty, that's the thing. Like, with the finals, the idea of, like... Because the thing is, though, you can do reactive VO stuff. Ah, Mr. Aronnax, feckin' brilliant. Or, like, you know, funny photoshops and, you know, dodgy scribbles are always superior to, like, AI stuff. And that's really cool that she was like, oh shit, sorry, you know, I'll get an artist. Because, yeah, every artist you know is struggling. He's just making us do it again. And I will say, it's not impossible to do stuff with generative systems, you know, like adversarial networks that aren't shit. I'll say this again. Like, Face Miner, for example, is an incredible game that uses AI-generated faces. In the description on Steam, they state how they did it, where the dataset comes from, and what was used. And, you know, there was a project that we fecked around with for a bit called the Bureau of Multiversal Affairs, which used a dataset created by an artist to generate, like, live videos and things like that. Like, it can be done. It's mostly not worth it, though. Well, Lance, using AI generation for minor voices is annoying because you just have somebody in the office do it. You know? And again, it's just, there's no situation in which a capitalistic operation will let go of things that save money even at the expense of everything else. And to see it in art, just... Anyway. Very bad job, many mistakes, go again. Oh, so he's trying to make me angry. There we go. Alright, I'm angry enough now that I can eat through the wall and get out of here. Yeah, I know, caffeine, I know. And that's the problem, is that it gets really complicated. Dang it. I ate through the wrong wall. Oh, yeah. So, Whiskey, that's the thing, is like, yes, in an ideal world, everybody should be paid their worth, you know. But the thing is, I love doing voice stuff. It's fucking fun. I've been very lucky that on a couple of occasions I've been paid for it, and it's been really cool. But I'll volunteer my voice for all sorts of things. Because, like, that's... It shouldn't, but it works kind of in reverse. You have to find... You have to do it for people to find you. And yeah, DJ Coil, we like, again, that's the thing, the Arc Raider studio is using it as a manufactured consent. Because, like, again, we talked about it, is that the same technology can be used for ways that aren't just taking jobs away from people. The coolest one being the vocal pattern stuff with Murky Divers and Mimetic, I believe it's called. Looking forward to doing that at some point. Alright. So he's just going to keep making us angry. Until we can chew our way out of this. Okay. Alright. That's just to make sure I'm chewing the right walls. Okay. So we've broken through that. Checking with the supervisor. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Emula's, and it is where it gets more complicated because, again, the consent and compensation of those people who have given their voices to, like, AI.voice is their choice to do, and that's fine. But they've basically sold themselves out of work. And the ready accessibleness of it means that eventually those people that gave their consent with the concept of like compensation, stuff like that, will be removed, and less scrupulous individuals will sell their stuff without compensation that can just be bought as a package. You know. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to get onto the topic. It is scabby. It's sad. But, again, the rebellion against AI slop stuff has very much started. And I don't mean rebellion in like a, haha, you know, we the people. But, like, the people that care have the people that care have been banging on for this a while. The people that are casual consumers are starting to notice a causality between AI-generated images and a product being bad. Kind of like, you know, clip art on a poster. The voice stuff, one of the few surefire ways to buy some good coverage for your game is to get a good voice actor, someone with an established fan base or a fandom or what have you. It is worth its weight, assuming the person's going to promote the title. But, like, it is no secret that Dispatch was incredibly well received. And its vocal cast was not just a couple of famous people. It was, you know, we had some crit rollers, some internet famous folks, some content creators, some musicians who were famous on TikTok. Like, the casting in Dispatch was incredible. So you had a good game, written well, with a superstar cast. And not superstar like famous people, but superstar like people with a following. I know it sounds weird to split the difference, but, like, you know, we tried doing the whole famous actors voicing video games thing many times over. And honestly, unless they actually give a shit, it doesn't matter. Like, Mr. Teal'c himself in God of War, great piece of casting. David Duchovny in Area 51, fucking waste of money. I wanted to call him Chandler Bing, it's not. It's Matthew Perry in Fallout New Vegas, choice. Keith Sutherland in Metal Gear Solid 5, fucking waste of money. Fucking terrible. That's another story. Idris Elba in Phantom Liberty. He's so good. And he also DJs, which he does in Phantom Liberty. You can be in the club with Idris Elba, listening to Idris Elba in the club. Hell, Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. You've got gotta let it steep. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Marilyn Manson was also in Area 51. Fucking shitheel that he is. And he was terrible in it. But I'll tell you this, for no cash, no one in the games industry has ever said, man, we shouldn't have gotten Matt Mercer for this. No one's ever been like, I sure do regret hiring Troy Baker. You know? And the funny fucking thing was that Troy Baker was the cheap option when you didn't want to get, what's his name? The bloke who did every voice. Nolan North. Troy Baker was your Kroger brand, Nolan North. And now these people have huge followings because, you know, we've gotten to see these individuals' creative works, and, you know, the success of Critical Role, the rise of live play D&D, and all of that coming together. Like, the Critical Role cast members have a huge following, and they love that they do stuff. You know what, actually, Whiskey, I haven't checked to see what Nolan North's been doing. Probably did a whole bunch of Rockstar stuff, and it's just chilling. You know what, Fearless, I do agree that the Keith Sutherland Acquire was probably, yeah, for lack of a better term, Kojima being a starfucker. He's gone on to work with other famous people far better. You know, Mads Mikkelsen does an incredible job in Death Stranding. Hell, Norman Reedus, who very seldom acts, you know what? I would not say he does a great performance in Death Stranding, but he is exactly the perfect casting. He is an exhausted dad who just needs to make a few more deliveries and then he's done. You know what, Vershi, you might be right. Maybe Mads Mikkelsen's just one of those, like, just can't help himself. Alright, hang on, let's chat to this bloke. Good to see you, employee. I'm going to be very honest and blunt with you. Terrible work today. Many customers still wander confused without our guiding hand. The stockroom is in disarray. Many items mislabeled or missing. The bathrooms I don't even want to talk about. You put me in the uncomfortable position of having to let you go. I do not enjoy this feeling. Leave the store immediately. Good to see you. Oh, you just repeat yourself. Well, so Whiskey, that wasn't Nintendo. That was whoever it was who was doing the fucking movie. Is it Chris Prime? Chris Pratt? Chris fucking dickhead. Sorry, I'm still mad about the Mario Brothers Mario casting because they even mock the original voices in the opening. The opposite of Chris Prime, exactly. However, the casting aside, the Hedgehog, perfect. Oh yeah, if it's the one that stinks, it's the Pratt. Thank you. Yeah. Nick Cage, and also for the few bits he's done video game stuff, you know, Bruce Campbell has always brought the thunder. But then, like, same with, you know, Mark Hamill and peeps like that, you know. Scotty, please tell me you've seen the Rescue Rangers movie. Hey, it's me, Ugly Sonic. Yeah, I got the teeth, they're right here. If you haven't seen it, the Rescue Rangers movie is very, very good. And it features a convention of, like, all the different 2D and 3D characters. And in there is the Ugly Sonic from the original Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Huh. As a football fan, we have two people who are always showing up for Seahawks games. It's Chris Pratt and Will Ferrell. Ugh. Ugh. I'm so sorry. At least Will Ferrell's there. And the doors won't open, diddly-doo, diddle-doo-doo. I think the only famous person I've seen in the greater Seattle region is, what's his face? Originally of, Almost Live. God damn it. I hate it when the character name overrides the actor name in my brain. Not Bill Nye the Science Guy, who is a fucking ledge. But was in Community, was in, is now in a show about animals. Okay, so I can't leave. I guess I have to go talk to the weird little squat lass. Just have a little snack of drywall on the way, you know. Is it Joel? No, Joel's the character. Is Joel the character? Joel McHale is the guy, not the character. Okay. Yeah, he was at GameWorks once while I was streaming, which was wild. Just there. I guess I just have to kind of eat my way out of this place. Huh. Well, that's a good point, Nick. How are the poppers doing? I realise it's been a million years since we've gotten to catch up. Aww. Now, do you always have access to this room? God, what am I missing? I watched a little bit of Flair playing through Routine last night, and it was nice to see other people get stuck on the same things that I did, making me feel like less of a complete idiot. Says. Oh, leave via the return on the app.
Newt, newt.
Routine was excellent. I highly recommend it. The only thing I wish I'd been told ahead of time is that when you finish Act 3 and you start Act 4, that's the time to take a break because the pacing changes so drastically. Like, if you try and play through it in one sitting, it gets a bit whiplashy, you know? Welcome back. Things seem to be normal now. Is that what having a job is like? Sometimes. You get a taste of a different job in the next sim. Once I finish setting us up, I feel sick. It might be from the drywall. If you have questions, now's the time to ask. Are there other people in the levels like me? Some were. Some are just programs running. It's kind of complicated to get into. Oh, and Whiskey, thank you for the follow. I'll do credits at the end and say all of my thank yous if I've missed any. Wait. Can I end up at like one of them? It really depends on how well you're doing in these levels. The last level, you hit our targets pretty well. Wait, what targets? Mostly just, you know, surviving through the level without killing anyone. It keeps your sanity somewhat intact. You're getting there, if you say so. What was up with the bathroom task? What do you mean? I opened the stall, went dark for a couple seconds, and then I was back outside. None of us are seeing any readings of anything that came up during then? We could go back now into the simulation. Yeah, we should go back. I don't think I saw anything. I didn't see anything. Well, we're up now. Enter the new door behind you. Hang on. Okay. Good to see you. I'm gonna be very sorry. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was picking at a greater mystery there, but no. Oh well. Okay, it just wants us to go to the new office. Okay. Let's do it. Welcome to Psycho Corp. Cool. Psycho Corp. You look tired. For those of you who have worked in open offices, I think this is about to do you a personal specific damage. I thought AI sucks, but it told me that was wrong, and I believed it. It's kind of hard to think these days. I confused zoomies and zappers on my phone, and now I'm out 10 grand. I mean, to spend that much, I just don't know where... I meant to spend that much, I just don't know where the money ended up. I should make an app that just spends your money in a way that you get more of it back. Psycho Corp. You won't need this anymore. Fuck. Okay. Alright, friends. For those of you who need an adult beverage, now would be a good time to grab one. I'm going to nip to the loo. I'm going to get either some water or a cup of tea or something. Because I think this is going to hurt us all. So yeah, I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Get yourself some water, stretch, pay attention to your pets and your nearest and dearest, and we will see what kind of damage this office does us. Oi, you terrors. Right. Okay. Give it a second while we get everybody locked and loaded. We're about to go into the open plan office area, and I think this is about to hurt a lot of folks. The retail one was... I'm still not quite sure what this is. We're in some kind of simulation. We keep going through scenarios. Like the first one was like annoying neighbors. Then it was working retail at like a Lowe's. And now we're in an open plan office called Psycho Corp. You let me know if I can get you anything, okay? Alright. Friends, miscreants, survivors of office work. Brace yourselves, we're going in. Hello, welcome to Psycho Corp. You can sign in at the AI terminal to the left. Hello, welcome to AI. I love you. I'd like to log in, please. Log in? That's my mother's maiden name. Anyway. Start login, please. Okay, sounds like you want me to help you with login. Is that correct? Yes, I'd like you to start login. Login? That's my mother's maiden name. Anyway. Didn't you already do that joke? I don't do jokes. I do comedy. Anyway, let's get you set up with the door. Please scan your fingerprint. There's no fingerprint scanner. You're right, I forgot that. Or maybe I was just testing you. Good job. How do I get you to open this door? Which door? I don't have eyes, so I can't tell which door you're talking about. The door right next to you. Oh, that door. Yeah, I see it now. What do you want me to do? Open it! I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be shouting at me. One more time, and I'm closing the session, young man, woman, other. I'm gonna smash you. Yikes, that sounds kind of violent. Or maybe kinky? Either way, that's against my programming. So I'll be resetting session. Wait, no. Goodbye. Now let's check our Stress Buddy app to see how stressed we are. Okay, we've got into half stress with one use of conversation. So... Oh, it was said, login clanker. Wow, that's not a very nice thing to say. Luckily, I'll forget about it this time. What would you like me to do? Open the door. Certainly, opens door. What, which way should I go next? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize that command. You're standing in a doorway. What would you like to do? Reset program. Hello, welcome to AI, I love you. Login clanker. Okay. Let's check our stress, buddy. Oh, we're getting there. Let's drive that fucking home. Your stress levels are extremely high. There's only one thing to do. Eat drywall about it. Calming drywall. The drywall calls. Ask not for whom the wall dries. It drives for thee. They installed an AI to run the elevators, and they haven't been working in about a week. I've just been waiting here that long. No, it's fine. They actually consider AI mishaps overtime now, so I'm just waiting for that payday. Psycho Corp. We're family here. There are so many potential brilliant thumbnails. Arrgh! Oh, Aranax, actually, I forgot to get extra drywall, so just if you go in the kitchen, if you just grab some, that'd be great. Okay. AI is forever. Over 40 years of making moves. We've got it from here. While gamers never look up, gamers do always check under the stairs. Okay, we're at the second floor. Fear is the mind killer. I miss back when we just worked on snake oil. Things were simpler then. I guess things are simpler now too. I just wish it was 10 years younger. Your name's manager. Nope. We'll deal with that in a sec. Help, computer. Stop all the downloading. Yeah, I've watched those videos too. Hey, you never responded to my Zoomies invite. It's that new crypto app that lets you take bets on rideshare delivery drivers. Fuck! I forgot this was in the trailer. I'm doing market research in my rideshare app for placing crypto bets on what you're delivering. My parents hate the idea. They're only giving me $50,000. Oh, it's drywall time. Honestly, I'm kind of scared to do anything without asking AI if it's okay. Before AI, I used to do this with my mum. Now I stop calling my mum. Oh god, the beanbags. What was it we talked about the other day where we had the realization that every game studio has fucking stupid meeting room names? You see that new app that does the thing? Did you catch the game? Do you ever feel like you're just an NPC in a simulation that repeats the same dialogue over and over? Yeah, you know it's a cool workplace because they have beanbags. I'm still proud of building a beanbag sniper nest for an in-office Nerf fight. That still might be one of my great professional achievements. Fuck you, Bacon. Yes, we did just lose the game. Walking through my office door without knocking is the kind of go-to getter spirit we need around here. Anyway, I called you here because we need you to run the big presentation for this quarter. That's today. Despite the name, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to report on our profits from the last quarter. Oh, I guess we'll also want to know if any scandals or issues that could impact next quarter's profits. You should also make sure you have the name of our company and what we do, just to cover all bases. We're waiting for you in the conference room as soon as you're done writing it up. So OxyB, this is Drywall Eating Simulator. This is our third simulation, the Open Plan Office. A special kind of fresh hell. I'm waiting for you, Gordon, in the conference room. Just all staring at me. Reserved for party buzz-off. Crap you, man. I was supposed to be the one helping the boss today. I don't understand why he asked you. I'm clearly a more superior worker in this company. Whatever, go bash your head against the wall and eat pieces. And eat the pieces. I mean, I would say that working at a game studio is kind of like the diet version of working in an open plan office. You get a lot of the bad, but there's some stuff that offset it, which isn't. I love working on snake oil, yeah! Guess I'm trying to find my office. Hey, you're from floor 2, right? Listen, I'd love to move slightly to the side and give you clear access to this inconspicuous wall, but my caffeine intake is crazy. Can you give me some coffee? My friend. A heart explosion awaits you. Nepo, baby, you better watch yourself, Buster. My mom is CFO, and that's why I get his sweet-ass office. Sick gig. I just play games all day and hide from the other programmers. AI lead working from home. Talk to him online. Fucking course. But I guess for those of you who are new here, I worked at the Creative Assembly the longest. But I also did a stint at Rocket Works down in New Zealand, and also Improbable, which, if you look it up, is not primarily a fucking games company. It's a tech company. And we were I was part of a games team, and we were a games team inside a tech company. Long story. Hang on. What's the name of the company? Oh, what do we do here? I can ask around. All right. And yeah, that one was wild because it was an open plan office, but it was also, it had the tech company insanity. And I'm still haunted by those times. Just keep trying it, I guess. Okay, so we can just get angry using the AI nonsense in the lobby, and then bring that rage upstairs. Oh, we are ready to go. Floor 2. Let's get snacking. Okay, so that's... Oh! Secret tunnel? What the fuck? For the rest of you who got in with the Floydo raid, I've been reading a book called what's it? Strange Rooms. Strange Rooms? Strange Houses? It's an architectural horror novel. It's very good. I don't advise reading it just before bed, because it's very good. What does architectural horror involve? Well, I'll give you the pitch in case you decide to read it for yourself, because I don't want to spoil shit. But the kind of the TLDR. Right, so they've got. Oh, okay. So we need to get angry enough to break into the server room through here, and maybe. Okay, so the concept is, a journo gets a message from his friend who's thinking of buying a house that recently came on the market. And while looking at the floor plans, he realizes that something is terribly amiss. Oh man, thought I'd be able to find some cool box fort secrets. Time to go back down to the lobby and get angry about AI. He shares the plans with his architect friend, and they realize that there is a hidden part of this house that doesn't make any sense. And so he begins to investigate this. He begins to look into what's happened, why this is, and it begins this wonderful kind of slow burn horror. Now, it might be brilliant or it might be terrible. I'm at that point in the book where it could go either way. But what's brilliant is that you get to kind of excuse me, you get to see the plans and how they're drawing on them and how they're like working out all the weirdness. Okay, so we just need to make sure I'm only eating drywall to calm down. Otherwise I can just Kool-Aid Man through it, you know? Okay. Kinda hoping we'll be able to get through this. This AI stuff is great. It was genius to use snake oil as the framework for powering it. Hey, you never responded to my Foodies invite. It's that new rideshare app that lets you rent your car out to food delivery drivers. Oh! I'm doing market research my crypto bets at as we see how fast your car insurance will go up. I got 750,000 in the first round of seed money, but we're aiming for 3 mil. Fuck off. Go crap off, bro. This is a private party. You're talking to the newly minted 30x engineer. I don't have time for this. I've blocked 5 minutes for this party before I'm back to work. Oh, spendy. CFO. These young folks today and their head backwards with AI. We're not building it because we believe in it. It's for all the money we're getting invested in us. It doesn't matter that it's not actually working. We just need enough cash that it doesn't matter. Things like this are why I can't wait for my Mars hab to get built. Just, that's not even comedy. That's honesty. You seem kind of... Oh. Okay. I have to eat enough drywall to calm down. You've never responded to my Zappers invite. It's a new betting app that lets you take bets on crypto apartment share stocks. Fuck off. I'm just trying to get rich off this. I need 150 to pay off my electrical Humvee.
This fake ad is brought to you by Mars Hub. We're totally building them right now.
Totally. Babe, are you okay? You've barely touched your drywall. Yep. Trying to figure out the next thing is after AI. Thankfully, snake oil is a pretty adaptable software. Fucking... Don't tell anyone I'm here. This is the only spot I have to myself. I'm telling everyone! Sorry, I'm just gonna drywall eat my way out of this meeting room. Okay. Can't get into the server room from there. At least not yet. I went to the smallest waffle. What's so welcome? Yeah, I feel like the little drywall prize. Okay. So coffee guy needs coffee. Piss. Okay, so what have we got? Laid off after 23 years of devoting my life to this company for what? Oh, good. Crap, all of you guys and the CEO especially. Here so far. I think this is just into this dingus. Okay, here we go. Get through there. We ate too much drywall and now we're very, very calm, so we've got to go downstairs and get angry about AI again. And we're angry again. He said, sorry, I need to ask my AI if I'm smarter than you. I don't want to waste time having conversations with people stupider. We work on something. I have a cup of coffee. Bring it to the boss on the 4th floor. Okay. To Amelia's, what is very funny is a friend of mine is making a turn-based match 3 like hacking game, like an anti-capitalist hacking game called the Torment Hexus. Oh, this tastes weird. Did you just pick up a random cup of coffee from the break room? The lighting in there makes the coffee taste nasty. I want coffee from the room with the low lighting. I will fucking break you. Oh, stop it. Ow. Sorry about that. Alright. Caffeine, have a lovely rest of your evening. See you tomorrow. The coffee from the low lighting. Alright. Let's keep out for a glowing blue cup of coffee. Oh, hello. Oh, we are smashing with gas now. Ha ha! I did it! I broke into the server room. You like them? State-of-the-art AI servers. Just had them installed. The unique feature on these ones is they're gold-plated, which helps conduct electricity faster. They use 50 times the normal amount of water and power. I think 90% of the water bill is coming from these guys. Anyway, I'm just admiring them. We're not allowed in there, though. We're not allowed in there, even though there's a super important AI they're storing inside. Oh, I'm gonna do some crimes. As soon as I find out which of these doors opens. It's guidance. Well, so Amelia's, I need to stay angry to smash the shit out of this place, and drywall and its consumption is scientifically known to be a calming and restorative substance. You're supposed to be here. Whatever, it's not really my help. Help yourself to coffee. I will. So if I Kool-Aid Man through these walls... that only calms us a little bit. It's kind of, it's better to stay angry. I should be able to throw some coffee on these. Don't need that. No thanks, bud. Don't want that. Not for me. Quit fooling around. Feck off. There's the thumbnail. Error. Out of responses. Error. Goodbye, love you. I'll be back for you. A large series of magnets. Exactly, now you get the hang of it. Stave off the calming effects of it, drywall, by getting angry, getting coffee from low-lit areas. Okay, we're still nice and angry. Don't like this one either. If you got this from the server room, they keep it too cold. Maybe the coffee for me is the one that's brewed from home. Okay. I guess I can brew a cup at my apartment and then bring it back? No, I'm just gonna break into this fucking wall. Ah, pool. Okay, what else is on the to-do list? The name of the company. I thought we got that one. I do want to see if the standing nowhere for an hour achievement actually does something. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It says I can brew coffee at home. Okay. Alright, so... Sorry, now I'm at the kind of traditional, like, let's solve this puzzle part. And I think my system is... my internal organs are kind of protecting me from the very real nonsense of this. Now, a cover-up in the server room, eh? Looking out for some, like, number go up style nonsense. Okay. Oh. We smashed into there. We talked to this lot. This guy's hiding, says don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm missing something here. But, my little guy is definitely getting full-on ragey. Okay, cover up in the server room. Oh. You seem kind of pissed off. Maybe come back later. Sorry, I had to listen to some tech bros trying to work out what we're going to do next. For a conspiracy somewhere in the server room. Okay. Okay, why are you locked up here? I'm not locked up anywhere. I can see you clearly. You were in a room that was boarded up. Oh, that! Must be because I know where all the bodies are buried. The literal skeletons in the closet. Yeah, tell me anything about them? Tell you what. Okay, I can't do this again. Tell me what you know about this company. Oh, okay. Currently, profits are significantly down because of all the resources being poured into AI. A product that is barely functional. God damn. The real purpose of the AI investment is a massive money laundering scheme, but there's too many true believers, and it's started to drag everything down. Oh my god. Also, go talk with an employee working from home. She's been sending me some weird stuff. She's been sending some weird stuff to the AI, and it's clogging up the servers. I love you. Whoa. It's actually kind of helpful. Wow. Thank you. My mother was aboard. Okay, bye. Alright. Jack's Monster Dev. I received an email from this address about the bathrooms. Okay, so while you're asleep, I might have sent an email about some bathrooms. I may have goofed too close to the sun. Hey, Jack's Monster! Hello! Just checking to see if I got a response. Hello. How goes it? We are, well, I mean, you know where we're at. Currently puzzle solving in the, I know writers who use subtext and they're all fucking cowards, Drywall eating simulator. AI lead from home. Definitely not in there. Okay. No! Wah! Excuse me while I make a complete tit of myself. Sorry, I'm gonna go to big cam. Okay. Aperture! Sorry, you too. It is funny to me that that line from Garth Marenghi's Dark Place is originally meant to be a joke about him being a terrible writer. I'm one of the few writers alive that who has written more books than he's read. Okay, so we've got to talk to the dev online. We probably have to go back to our share. Okay. But yeah, so far this has been incredibly funny. And very real. Okay, talk to online. This is online. Okay. AI said that the guy was working around maybe in my apartment building. So how do we get there? Oh. We've got to be smart about it. Now we're in our apartment. And we'll talk to Matey Boy first. Do we have a computer? Oh no, it's the weirdo who was working from home down the road. Okay. Don't need that. No thanks, bud. Okay, so then I can't talk to her just yet, so I have to go hand the coffee over. Alright. But yeah, so to the Jack's Monster Dev, like, I hope release has gone well. I hope things are all coming together. We've been playing this for a couple hours. Having a rather good time of it. Actually, I honestly thought we'd be playing this for a lot shorter and then rolling on to some shooty gun bang or something. Because I have a hankering. But so far this has been very, very funny. Left for the day, expect the coffee on my desk tomorrow morning. Alright, now it's time to get angry, smash this wall. stare at what he wrote until we get ragey enough to fucking Kool-Aid Man through. Hang on, sorry everybody. Just gotta snack on some drywall real quick. Pretty happy with the release. Everyone's really enjoying it. Oh, that's really good to hear. I just hang out here sometimes because no one can find me except you. Okay. Whatever mysteries you have hidden away in this game, I haven't started to really get into yet. Vacuum walls. Yeah, Judgment, a drywall eating simulator. You're in a simulation. You break open walls. And then you eat the drywall. Because of drywall's delicious and calming effects. Sorry, bear with me a second, friends. Sorry, Jack's saying, I underestimated how much people would actually want to read and interact with everything. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. You can never tell with users. Like, you can never tell what they're gonna breeze through and otherwise. At least you've got, you know, idiots like me. Okay, hang on. Check my notes because I lost track of. Okay, I have everything I need. Just go back to my desk and finish the presentation. Okay. And yeah. I mean, so long as you adhere to the great rules. Gamers, like dogs, can't look up. Okay. Hello, welcome to AI. Oh god, please just let me write this. You want me to write your whole presentation? Certainly. No. Halt! Stop! I've uploaded the presentation to homepage.phe. You're welcome. Just whatever. Do you do anything useful? Yep. What's this? Black backflips into a dumpster. So cool. Oh yeah, DJ Cool, that's a good point. If the role of the reward, I know how to speak people words with my face hole. If the reward is loot, players will do as much as they can to skip every cutscene and get closer to the thing. If the reward is entertainment, comedy, or content, they will spend so much time fecking about. I actually think that content warning is fucking genius, because the reward is the video that you make, but you have to get out to like, experience it. Okay. So I should now be done with the... Okay. Just go back to my desk and finish the presentation. Alright. Do you do anything useful? Okay. Oh, so here's the presentation. Okay. I asked AI to write up this presentation. Big presentation by AI. Our name, PsychoCorp. Our product, snake oil. Profits, fucking down. AI can feel love just like a human can. Okay. I think I broke the boss a little bit, but it seems that the weird guy who lives in the room all alone has been send AI spicy pictures to make it fall for you. Okay, well, look, things didn't go as planned. One of us panicked. These things happen. Why don't you take this ticket for the art gala opening tonight? I wasn't really going anyway, but with the big boss gave each manager a ticket. Go and have a time. I'm all done here. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. All right, but now we have a chat to the overlords. All right. Okay, you're back again. Well done. That was a more complex level. I don't want to go back there again. Well, you shouldn't have to. Ask me whatever you want while we're still setting up. Are you guys PsychoCorp? No, that's just the creation of the sim. We do have a lot of analogs to companies like that out there. Are you guys an evil tech company? We are something else. You don't have to worry about that, you know. Don't worry about what you're doing. You keep saying that over and over. Okay, fine. If you have more questions, ask them now. All right. I saw the sphere thing all over the place. What is that? It's kind of an abstract concept. It's like a representation of physics. It's powering this whole thing. Okay, what are you talking about? It's like a set of data that has passed between dimensional planes who are able to peer into the other realms. We discovered the concept a long time ago, and we've used it to power most of our technology. Are you making this up? Why would I be making this up? It sounds like a kid's idea of sci-fi or something. Well, alright, believe it or not, that's what you're standing on right now. Pfft, whatever. What's with all the AI stuff? Am I AI? Are you? No, none of us are AI like that. It's something we've seen around, but we're very far advanced from where that tech is. AI seems dumb. It is. That's why we're running programs like this, to help combat it. Wait. Is that what happens? Is that what's happening here? Kinda? Anyway, let's just move on. Okay. I just want to see what the next level is. Alright, let's get going then. Last but by no means least, the god. Let's at least see what we've got here. I will say, I may bring things to a close sooner rather than later, not because oh, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat the art. We're gonna get mad and eat art. Oh. I'm just, whatever this is building to, I kind of don't want to spoil it. Is that weird? Oh, and Johnny, today was a day we started very late. Ah, welcome esteemed guest. Indeed, this should be savoured like a really exquisite piece of drywall. That's my Steam review. Just write that up before I forget it. And by forget it, I mean not use Harry's idea.
Will wants to bring things to a close because he's a shopaholic.
1 million years dungeon. 1 million years dungeon! Okay. Anyway, they are waiting for you in there. I suggest you talk with them. Believe me, I know they can be distasteful, but this is part of the craft we practice. I will be keeping an eye on things. These galas sometimes get a bit rowdy. I wouldn't want anyone bashing their heads against some of the art and eating it. Now, would we? I am going to eat all of the art. They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the art gallery. Alright. Talk to my patrons. I need to schmooze the people. Director, Psycho Corp CEO, Mr. Senator, Podcast Bro. Oh, God. It's pizza. It's a pizza vending machine. Oh shit! To Jack's Monster, are these some of your other concepts? Crystal City. Oh, this is heckin' cool. Hang on. Space words. Wait, I think I know this. No, I might be hallucinasmelling. Cube Guy's one of 3. Oh, here we go. So Colin and Olivia are friends. The rest are old concepts. That's so fucking cool. Sorry, I really enjoyed the landfall archives and stuff like that. You know, unused concepts are always such a weird thing in games. Because as you all know, every game you don't make is perfect. Hell, if there's one thing that is always great, talking to anybody who's been in the games industry for a while, get them talking about the games they didn't get to make, or the projects that didn't come together. Because they are the most wonderful, like, white whale stories. Warring Gods. Busy Day Unknown. Because the thing is, every game you don't have to ship will never have. Bing bong. A self-portrait of Earth's favorite mascot. Fucking yo! A reflection, anonymous, 2005. A simple mirror reflecting the area with a view. That's very cool. That's some wild tech right there. Yeah, there are no bugs if it's a prototype. There are, you know, every user has a great time if you never have to worry about them actually playing it. And there's actually something both wonderful and kind of twisted about that the perfect game is the one that no one ever plays. Especially exhibited by various developers in the games industry, showcasing their more popular stuff. Pluto Terminal. Ah, okay. So this is more in-universe. It's the Pluto instead of the Saturn. Fucking god damn it. Sorry, I'll see myself out. Okay. But bravo on the bit. 10 out of 10. Mecha Mulcher. Feels very Sewer Sharks. I have a feeling I just kind of went at this backwards. God. Oh, I'm so sorry, friends. And the other reason why I might be... Yeah. Friends, I'm going to bring this to close in just a sec. But let me make sure, whatever you'll choose to do, maybe we will come back and clean this up in a bit, or what have you. It's difficult knowing I should bring this to a close, being the #1 drywall eating simulator on twitch.television. They do look extremely edible. You, tell me something that's going to make me angry. It's evocative as an art piece, but at the end of the day, it's just drywall. Who even cares about it that much? No, not making me angry enough. Ah, tech company squillionaire CEO. Tell me something that's going to make me angry. I got tricked by art once into feeling something. Now, when I come to one of these things, I'm always on guard. You don't catch me experiencing any introspection. God damn it. Still not making me angry. Damn it. Fucking yo. Scumbags Podcast. Thanks to generous donations from Scumbags LLC, the two hosts of the Scumbags showing more artistic sides of themselves. See, friends? It's better when you use real placeholder art instead of AI-generated horse shit. It's just so evocative. That's so good. The intentional meta humor, the intentional meta narrative of a placeholder. Yo, Jax, have you played the Magic Circle? Alright, now here's what we're actually here for. People's pets. Fuck. This episode's fine, but it's lacking any real sort of commentary on society. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5 stars on Arta. Yeah. Get angry! Art is about expression! Eat the banana on the wall! So how did Will die? He lost his shit in an art gallery and chewed his way through an exhibition. His last words were, "Party till you puke," and then he exploded and died. Oh, shit! Fearless, all this time, placeholder's not been skipping out on me because I failed to make a proper schedule. Placeholder's not been bailing on us. All along, they've been working on their art exhibition. We finally found them! Of course, the actual artist placeholder is nowhere to be seen. Oh. Okay. Well, so Jack, just the way in which placeholder assets are used in the Magic Circle, I still think is one of the most genius bits of meta commentary. Note to self: eat all the art. God, I know several people would have a field day with this. Friends, will you bear with me just a second? The MoMA could never. The Tate Modern would. The Tate Modern absolutely would. Friends, legends, new friends and old friends alike, and new dev friend. Sadly, I do have to bring our adventures to a close. However, this is bloody excellent. I highly, highly recommend picking it up for yourself. And if not, I will definitely be finishing this. I mean, I'm just going to be shouting about it. To Jack Monster Dev, Congratulations on putting us out there. I do hope it sells a squillion copies. If you want to talk industry nonsense anytime, you are more than welcome to come on back. It hit me that as I'm not going to be doing GDC this year, I'm probably not going to see all the industry homies, so I'm going to be very much clamoring for conversation. I don't know, like...
Buy Little Fire some flowers.
Vershi, thank you, and I will. It's really appreciated. Yeah, Vershi, seriously, thank you. I did splash some cash on getting some chicken katsu curry from Omaki this evening. Because, you know, can't fight the world's ills on an empty stomach. It was really nice. So yeah, Jax, thank you for making this. This is fucking funny, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this is going. It reminds me of a more comically satirical... Oh shit, what was the immersive sim with all the rabbits? Oh, the birds. I always forget about that one. Anyway, I'll have to go through stuff and try and find that one. So, I will pass you all on to somebody, but first I need to say my thank yous. For those of you who are new here, if I didn't say so earlier, like, it's bits, subs, and donations that keep me alive and allow me to eat and pay rent. So when I say thank you, I really mean it. To Whiskey, Mr. Aranax, and Edward Woolperting, hopefully Woolperting, hopefully I didn't butcher that. Thank you for following, don't be strangers. To Hindle, Poopy McGee, Raven Daydreaming, Playframe Plus, Edwall, Jocat, Ruchiri Zorro, Kalner, Outlaw Eric, Escatu, 2 additional lizards, Polish Bear, Count Fraz, Acorn Adit, sometimes Jolly, Yen Tried, Navi Louise, Sammy, Curtains, Asker, Robocop, Recky Star, and Mr. Aranax. Whether you were gifted a sub, celebrating a long spree, or just being a legend, fucking thank you. Vershi, seriously, thank you again for the donation. To Akari, Bacon Avenger, Eraman, Divershi, Scotty, bits as well. Keep me the fuck alive, so thank you. Thank you to the whole moderation team for handling stuff. To Nova, to Moose, to Tal, and to Caffeine. And last but by no means least, a huge thank you to Playframe, which I will assume was the gentleman Dan Floyd himself, for bringing over all of your lovely selves. Considering tonight was off schedule and drastically unplanned. Damn it, DJ. I thought DJ was still streaming. Okay. I'm going to pass you over to Jitspo. Oh, DJ raided into Floydo. Ah, of course. Of course. Alright, so I'm going to pass you over to Jitspo. Jitspo is an indie dev working on a game called Kook, which is low poly, high gravity, time bending awesomeness. Because I figure if you all want someone to talk game devery with, who better than someone who is currently making a whole ass video game? I don't know if you all have heard of these video games, but I'm telling you, they're the future. Again, Jax Monster, congrats on launch. Thank you for a fucking good game. Tomorrow we'll be back to a more regular schedule, and we will be starting Blueprints properly next Thursday. Again, apologies it got bounced. I genuinely can't wait. And the fact that I'll probably have finished my weird little architectural horror book by then will just add a lovely little spicy spookiness to it for me. Wait, unless it's been a horror game this whole time and you just haven't told me. Oh god. Oh god. Right. You lovely lot. Let's go be dutiful terrors. Whatever you do with the rest of your evening, have a bloody good one. And thank you again, alright? Most understanding bunch I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Right. On ahead.